I'm Dondie Mercer-Plank, jumping into the news at 4 right now because we have the chance to get our South Carolina Highway Patrol's Mustang Cruiser in a national calendar. Many of you know I come from a family of law enforcement. In fact, this is my dad with his first car in the early 1960s in Indianapolis. He was with the Indiana State Police for decades and decades. And although as a young girl I always thought his vehicles were pretty cool, they may not have been as awesome as what our South Carolina Highway Patrol gets to drive. Every year, the American Association of State Troopers puts on the America's Best Looking Cruiser contest, and Colonel Christopher Williamson is the commander of the South Carolina Highway Patrol. Colonel, such a pleasure to have you.
Yes, ma'am. The pleasure's mine, and thanks for having us.
Well, glad you are, and we have got to get our South Carolina Mustang Cruiser on that calendar.
Yes, ma'am. We are very excited about it. Want to thank you all for helping us push that message out. And I feel like we can win it, or either we can at least get on the calendar up through 12 or 13.
Yeah, so right now it's down in 16th, but it's got to be the top 13 that will get into the calendar. And so we're going to let our viewers know how they can go about helping Highway Patrol and South Carolina Department of Public Safety get there. But first, take a look at some of the video of the cruiser itself. Colonel, what is it that is important about this type of vehicle for law enforcement?
Well, law enforcement, we need all the right tools to do our job. As you can see, there are speeders and people that drive egregious and reckless on our highways. The Mustang is a tool that causes us to cut down the time that is allotted to stop a vehicle, which makes pursuits a whole lot shorter and keep our citizens and our law enforcement officers safer on our highway.
Take a look at this picture. Who's that?
Oh, that's me.
That is you.
1992, years ago, man, over 30 years ago. That was a long time.
Yeah, and I have a picture of you at the South Carolina State House with one of your old Mustangs. How has that vehicle changed so much over the years for law enforcement? Obviously, it was of value to you guys before, so much so that it's the current one for our state.
That's right. Well, it has changed. As you can see, the body style has changed. The speed has changed. The dynamics has changed. It has come in today's world, a much cooler vehicle. And I think not only does the law enforcement officers like it, but citizens. You pull up to a gas station and fill up your tank. People come from everywhere and start asking you questions about the car, and it develops a conversation that you can have with citizens on how to keep them safe and the safety tips of driving. So it creates a safety mechanism in itself.
So take a look again, if we can, of that vehicle. And I want to emphasize again, while it is a cool car, and you've mentioned it, it's vital right now because we're seeing more and more people speed at higher rates. And this is a chance for you to try to track them down.
That is correct, Ms. Donnelly. That is correct. The Mustang itself, the speed, it picks up speed so fast that having a tool such as this will help you track a speeder down quicker. We see the egregious driving on our highways, specifically our interstates, the erratic driving in and out of traffic, and sometimes triple digits. So we have to have a tool in order to curtail some of those speeders, and we feel like the Mustang would do that.
And not only that, but if you guys get into the calendar, there is a benefit to other groups as well. This isn't just for bragging rights, which is nice, but this offers educational scholarships to dependents of member troops. Troopers, I should say.
That is correct. As a trooper, all the states from around the United States, every trooper has an opportunity to be a member of the American Association of State Troopers. And as we get onto this calendar and as we participate, being a member help the members for educational scholarships. And that is a great way for law enforcement to give back.
Excellent. Okay, so now we've told people the importance of the Mustang. We've told them the importance of getting to have bragging rights for the South Carolina Highway Patrol, but also the educational scholarships involved as well. Now, how do they vote? Let's pull up that full screen. And again, we've got to get our South Carolina Highway Patrol into the top 13 And voting ends soon, July 31st, for this national competition to be in the calendar. So currently in 16th place, got to get up to 13. The South Carolina Department of Public Safety Facebook page has it because it's a Survey Monkey is
That's
where
right.
you go and sign up for it. Walk people through the process, though. It's really easy once you get on the right link.
Yes, easy. Once you get on the Survey Monkey link, you just go there and you just scroll down, and you'll see an up arrow and a down arrow. And you just scroll those arrows until you get to the state that you wish to vote for. And to me, there's only one state, and that's South Carolina. When you get to South Carolina, you stop on South Carolina, and below that arrow, you just punch vote. And
Yes.
you have selected your vote for South Carolina.
And you can vote multiple times, but you have to do it through different ways.
Yeah, different technologies. So you can vote on your iPad, you can vote on your cell phone, you can vote on
The desktop
computer. Any of those technologies that you have, that you can vote once on each one of those items.
Excellent. So I voted late last week on my desktop. So I'm going to do it after the show on my cell phone, and then I'll find an iPad around here and do
Yes,
that
ma'am.
as well. 3 different ways. And in fact, if you go to my Facebook page right now, a couple posts down, we have a picture of the cruiser and your opportunity to be able to vote for South Carolina Highway Patrol. You've been in law enforcement since 1988.
Yes, ma'am.
It's really amazing.
Yes, ma'am. 35 years. A lot has gone on in the state of South Carolina. A lot has happened with law enforcement. But law enforcement continues to be a profession that where we're always needing great people and people that want to give back, people want to help the community and help citizens.
In fact, Colonel, you also often are working to try to expand pay for law enforcement and for our state troopers to ensure as well that those troopers have the safest technology, the safest equipment, and the best technology that they can have. How is that going?
It's going well, Ms. Dondi. At this time, I have no better time than to thank Governor McMaster and our state legislators for over the past 3 years for the pay raises that they have given to state employees and the Highway Patrol and Department of Public Safety, all the law enforcement divisions within. So the pay is there where we need to be within the southeastern average, but we want to continue when it comes to recruiting, retaining, and hiring good people to serve the citizens of South Carolina.
Is there an age limit for somebody becoming part of the Highway Patrol?
Yeah, the age limit is age 21 because in the state of South Carolina, you have to be at least 21 to carry firearms legally. But, there are other jobs within Department of Public Safety, but law enforcement, age 21.
I meant the other end of the spectrum. I was wondering if I could still get in.
Oh, you can still get in. Hey, we're hiring. We're looking for great people. Yeah, we have a uniform for you.
Thank you.
Yes,
It's my
ma'am.
name on it, right?
It's in your blood. Look at your
Hey,
father.
it's my, right,
Yes,
right.
ma'am.
So many family members.
Yes, ma'am.
And yes, so glad to have you on the show. And we really want to see South Carolina in that calendar.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so we've got to get our South Carolina Highway Patrol in that calendar. Go to my Facebook page right now or go to the Department of Public Safety Facebook page. You'll see exactly where you need to vote. But after this interview, Colonel, I'll go upstairs and repost it to my page with a picture of your smiling face.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much. We truly appreciate you all.
Well,
Thank
we
you.
appreciate you. Thank you so much
Yes,
for what
ma'am.
you do for the state.
Thank you.
We'll be right back with more of your news right after this.